Oh man, we are completely out of milk. Well, I guess there's no breakfast cereal this morning. I want to talk to you a little bit about milk for a second. Have you ever gone past a dairy out in the country and thought to yourself, why can't I buy milk from that dairy? Because you have to go to the grocery store, but you can't go to the people that produce it. I mean, you can go buy strawberries from a farm, you can go buy meat from a farm, all these things. But for some reason, they won't let us buy milk from the dairy. Or will they? As it turns out, there are a few dairies around that will sell to you. And today I'm going to show you two of them. To answer the question of why dairies won't sell you milk, most dairies will sell into a co-op or a collective. And that co-op takes all the milk from all the area farmers, puts it together, and then they run it through two processes. One's called pasteurization, and the other is called homogenization. Because the dairy farmers are selling into a cooperative, the sanitary standards of the dairies don't have to be quite as high. So when the milk gets to the processor, what they do is they first pasteurize it. And what that means is that they heat it up to a certain temperature and hold it there for a certain amount of time. And that kills every living thing in the milk, good and bad. Now, natural milk has beneficial bacteria and enzymes in it that actually are good for you. Well, those get killed along with any bad bacteria that comes along. Homogenization, on the other hand, is done because natural milk has about 3 inches of cream floating on top of a gallon of it. And by homogenizing it, basically breaking down the milk fat cells and stirring it up really good, causes the milk to become homogeneous, and the cream will never separate again. But there's evidence that shows that homogenizing milk and breaking down the milk fat actually is bad for your body. We are at a dairy farm right now in Pelzer, South Carolina, as you can tell from the tractors behind us and the idyllic scenery. This farm does not sell into a cooperative like most dairies. They sell directly to the consumer. You can actually drive here anytime, any day of the week, and buy milk. Now, their milk is not like the milk you buy in the grocery store because they do not homogenize the milk. That means when you take it home, you've got about 3 inches of cream floating on top. Now, you can take that cream and you can skim it off and make butter, cheese, yogurt, anything you might want. Or you can just leave it in there and just shake it up, and then you can have some whole milk with cream in it. It's delicious, believe me. Now, the one thing about this farm is while they do not homogenize their milk, they do pasteurize it. So all of the bacteria and enzymes, good and bad, gets killed. But it's still a good milk, and it's still better than what you buy in the grocery store. So we're going to go pick up a gallon of that. This entire field over here behind me, and all of that way over there, and clear down over that way, is grass for the cows. And let me tell you, grass-fed milk is the best. Especially on spring grass, it is amazing. Well, here it is, a gallon of pasteurized but not homogenized milk. Unfortunately, we can't see into it because the container is white, but this is really good stuff. And they also have these giant carrots. I mean, look at the size of these things. And these are small. We had some a little while ago, a couple weeks back, that were even bigger than this. Great stuff. They're very sweet, very delicious. And they also have cheese, yogurt, all the usual stuff. So next, we're going to take you to another dairy that does not pasteurize, that does not homogenize, and it comes straight from the cow. We are in Star, South Carolina, at a real raw milk dairy. Now, this is great because what they do is they take the milk from the cow, they filter it, they cool it, and they bottle it. That's it. They don't do anything else. They don't pasteurize, they don't homogenize. This is absolute, pure, raw milk, straight from the cow, just as nature intended it. Let's go get some. So this is what a gallon of raw milk looks like. You can see we have the milk here, but all the way up here, this is cream. It floats on top, and you can either skim it off and make butter, cheese, or you can just, shake it, just roll it over a few times like that, and then it'll mix the cream back into the milk, and it is delicious. And it's actually good for you because it hasn't been homogenized. The milk fat doesn't cause you problems, right? At a raw milk dairy, the standards of sanitation are scrupulous. I mean, they have to be extremely squeaky clean to make sure that the milk is not contaminated. The conventional dairies don't have those requirements. All right, it's quite an adventure coming out in the country to get milk. It does take a little longer, and yes, it does cost more, but the quality of the milk is so much better, and I'm looking forward to having it on my cornflakes tomorrow. Thanks for watching.